I've been asking myself that question my entire life. I've also been asked that question for a long time. Who are you? What do you want? What makes you you? And every single time I come up a little empty. And it's not because I'm boring or because there's nothing there, but for as long as I can remember, the answer has been buried underneath two things that showed up so early and stayed so long that I genuinely don't know where they end and where I begin. So who am I? I don't know. But let's try to figure it out together out loud. Because I think a lot of people are asking the same question about themselves and not saying it. I'm guessing that maybe if I say it, you can start the conversation with yourself. So it'll be a little less lonely for both of us. I don't know who I am because I've always been anxious. Anxiety has been with me for so long that it feels like a condition. Sorry, a lot less like a condition and more like a personality trait. Like it's just part of how I'm built. And the problem with that is when something is always there, you kind of stop questioning whether it belongs. You just assume it's you. The hypervigilance, the overthinking, the constant scanning for what could go wrong. The way a simple drive to the store becomes a full logistics operation with backup plans for the backup plans. I thought that was just how people worked. I thought everyone's brain ran this hot. And it took me a long time to realize that not everyone thinks like that. Not everyone packs a puke bowl for a 20-minute drive. That's just the way my brain moves through the world. And that's not the default setting for everyone. But here's the thing. If anxiety has been shaping every decision I've ever made, every friendship, every risk I took or didn't take, every room I walked in or avoided, then how much of what I think of as me is actually just anxiety wearing my face? Did I become quiet because I'm naturally introverted, or because anxiety made social situations feel like minefields? Do I love Minecraft because it genuinely speaks to something in me, or because it's one of the few places my brain just shuts up? Do I truly care deeply about people because that's who I am, or because anxiety makes me hyper aware of everyone around me and their emotional states? I don't know. I really don't know, and that's a strange thing to wonder and sit with. Not knowing which parts of yourself are yours and which aren't. I also don't know who I am because I've been depressed for so long. And depression does something different than anxiety. Anxiety fills you up with noise. And depression just empties you out. And when you've been emptied out for a long time, you forget what used to be in there. You forget what you used to care about, or what used to excite you. What used to make you feel like a person with direction and color and edges, and depression just flattens everything. And when everything is flat for long enough, you stop remembering what the texture of things used to feel like. I've had stretches where I couldn't really tell you a single thing that I genuinely wanted. Not for dinner, not what I wanted from life, or who I wanted to be, just nothing. Like a blankness where a person should be. And the terrifying part is that you start to wonder if the blankness is actually you. And if all that time you thought you had opinions and preferences and a self, maybe that was just the absence of depression. Maybe the flat version is the real one. And I know logically that's not true. But I'm living with a very convincing liar. So who am I with both of those, right? If anxiety has been narrating my life and depression, depression has been periodically erasing it, what's left? What is actually, genuinely, undeniably me? And I've been turning that over for a while, and I keep coming back to the facts that I care about people deeply. Sometimes inconveniently, and in ways I can't explain. I've sat with people in their worst moments, literally, like professionally and personally, and I didn't do that because I was told to. I did it because something in me needed to. I'm curious about everything, about how things work, why people are the way they are, what questions nobody's asking out loud, and truly weird enough that curiosity has never really gone away. Not in the worst of the depression, not in the loudest of the anxiety. It just never went away. I also find beauty in small things. The way cold air smells in November. A good mod pack. A stranger's face on the subway. These things still get through. And they've always gotten through. And I guess maybe those are me. The caring, the curiosity, the noticing. Maybe those are what's left when you strip away both of these things and asks, what remains? Who do I want to be? I want to be someone who takes up space without apologizing for it. I want to build a home. Something, a life, a reason to stay, and feel like I truly deserved to build it and deserve to live in it, with it, alongside it. I want to be someone who helps me. And not because I need to fix them or save them, but just because being useful to another person is one of the only things that has ever made me feel like my existence made sense. I want to be present, and I not performing presence. I want to be actually in it. In the conversation. In the room. In my own body. Without the part of my brain that's already 3 catastrophes ahead, or without the part of my brain that tries to socially adapt to whoever I'm in the room with. I want to be able to take off the mask and be with people. I want to laugh without immediately waiting for the bad thing that comes after. I want to be brave. And not fearless, just brave enough to decide to go anyway. But here's the real question is how do we get there, right? And I don't have a clean answer, which it really seems like I never do, and I wish I did. I mean, therapy helps when it's the right kind. Medication helps when it's the right one. And don't get me started about how finding the right one is its own exhausting journey that I'm still in the middle of. Community help. This community helps. My friends. Walking the dog every day. But I think the bigger thing is the shift from fighting yourself to understanding yourself. Because I've spent a lot of years at war with my own brain, trying to think my way out of anxiety. Trying to just force through depression, treating every symptom like an enemy to defeat. And it hasn't worked. Not really. Because you can't really win a war against yourself. There's no version of that where you come out whole, right? And maybe I already am that person. And here's where I keep landing. What if I don't need to become someone different? What if the person I want to be isn't somewhere ahead of me waiting to be unlocked once I've healed enough or beaten enough side quests? What if I'm already that person? the caring one, the curious one, or the one that notices small, beautiful things. Maybe the only thing standing between me and actually living like that person is the way I've been relating to my anxiety and depression. Not trying to eliminate them, not waiting until they're gone to start living, but learning, although very slowly and imperfectly, to live alongside them. To say, okay, the anxiety is here today, and I'm still going. Depression is making things really flat right now, but I'm still here. I'm still noticing, I'm still asking questions. Maybe who I am isn't hiding behind the mental illness. Maybe who I am is the person who has carried all of this for all this time and is still here asking who they are. Maybe that's who I want to be and who I am at the same time.